Eric Trist, a creator of socio-technical systems, went down into a South Yorkshire coal mine in the 1940s and came up a changed man. He had seen a mining system that engineers could not conceive. Enabled by a new roof control technology, the miners and managers had formed self-managing work teams. Every miner learned multiple skills in place of narrow specialties. At a higher level of technology, the miners rediscovered the craftsmanship of their grandfathers. The mines with self-managing teams had higher output, less absenteeism, and fewer accidents than did traditional mines with tight supervision. Thousands of others have since learned from the miners' innovation. Much of what we call dysfunctional behavior happens in work structures that prevent people from using everything they know. You probably have heard of places where jobs are so narrowly defined that even robots would be bored. Restrictive work rules undermine productivity. Leaders who coordinate and control from above settle for mediocre outcomes. You will get better results structuring work so that people control themselves. You cannot improve fragmented systems by teaching people human relations skills. Think of structure as giving people tools, knowledge, and authority that reduce the need for outside experts and tight supervision. Unconventional? Yes. Effective? Proven repeatedly by others for decades and documented conclusively by Marvin Weisbord in Productive Workplaces, Dignity, Meaning, and Community in the 21st Century. The only question is whether you can do it. Studying your own behavior is the advanced course. Controlling what's controllable. We know the power of this idea because since 1982, we have been refining our leadership methods in a strategic meeting we call Future Search. We, along with thousands of others, have learned to control structure, not people, in all manner of work. If, for example, you walked in on a Future Search planning meeting anywhere in the world, you might see a dozen to hundreds of people sitting in small groups. Each group has a stake in the meeting's outcomes. Each selects its own discussion leader, timekeeper, recorder, and reporter, as well as other roles it deems necessary. Participants explore all views, prepare reports, and commit to action. They draw on everyone's skills and experience. The chart pads could be in a language that neither you nor we understand. People are managing themselves. Most have never done anything like it before. We are not irrelevant to their success. We set up the structures they use to stretch themselves. We emphasize this to reinforce that most people are capable of self-control, even when they do not know it. Setting up the right conditions, we believe, is a leader's central task to increase the capability of the whole for responsible action. Here is the paradox. To self-organize, people need someone in authority to authorize them. That's you. Shift the division of labor, the locus of control, and the responsibility for coordination to the people doing the work. You will see individuals spontaneously focus, collaborate, and produce. The following is by Praveen Madan, Chief Executive Officer, Kepler's Books, San Francisco, California, USA. We treated people like production units. I am having to unlearn most of the education I got about managing people. In my Master of Business Administration program, we treated people like production units to be controlled. Instead of hierarchy and control, we ought to be setting up the right structures so that people can work together. I am in the book-selling business. My advice to leaders is to know that much of the stuff in management and leadership books is flawed. I learned that the hard way. Example, I was once head of a high-intensity project involving 8 people. We had 7 weeks to deliver on $1 million strategy. Looking back 10 years later, I realized I was driving people like slaves. I was not paying attention to them. Just because I was working 7 days a week, I expected everyone to do that. They had lives. They had families. We did 6 months of work in 2 months, but we paid the price. I did not intend to be a slave driver. I was just so intensely focused on a great end result that I didn't focus on the people who were working with me. I think that was a big mistake. We got a happy client and more follow-on work, but the price was too high. Several people got burned out and they lost their trust in me. What is different for me now is that I realize I cannot implement by vision alone. I am still a work in progress. I need other people to be with me. I am dependent on them. So I try to set up the right structures to get a shared vision and shared responsibility. Every day I have to remind myself to serve the people who have chosen to be in this business with me. My job is to enable them to succeed in their work and live a balanced life. Otherwise, in this competitive business, I'm going to fail.